Hello and welcome to another game stuff video. On this week's edition, as usual, we'll start with the Naruto Online, which had some issues on the maintenance. Started an hour later than was supposed to, and it also finished later, so it was an actual longer maintenance period anyway. So due to that, I'm only recording this in the afternoon because I had to run dailies. Likely I'm not working, otherwise I wouldn't even have done the video at all. Or maybe I would have just done the video without the Naruto Online stuff, I suppose. So we've got a new skill trial and breakthrough ninja. So we do actually have both. It's not just one of them unlocked for a change. And that is Zetsu, which is a troll character and becomes even more of a troll character now. We'll have a look at it in a second. Training potions have been added to the Moon Scroll shop, and the team arena added Merciless Chase May 14th, May the 20th. That's always good fun if you've got the spare time to mess around there. Events, Infinite Tsukuyomi is still here. Konoha Special Cell, that's a new event, we'll have a look in a bit. And that will be here the whole week. And Platinum Recharge will be here from the 17th to the 22nd. I told somebody the 18th, I need to actually correct it on that. Inno Flowers will be here actually the whole week for a change, 14th to the 20th as well. First prize, you get the new scrolls and you can choose which ninja frags you want there. Or maybe second prize, you get the ultimate essence. In some cases it could be better, it really depends on what you're after, what your power and how many wells you put in your server kind of thing. Fukurokumaru Amusement, yes, I nearly forgot what it was. Amusement Park is still here until the 20th, and you know, the whole event exclusives and the discounts and all that. Total spending rebate will be here from today to the 20th as well. Firework Festival offering frags of Sage Mode Jiraiya, which really need the breakthroughs. That mystery makes no damage, so yeah, you really need the gold for the plus 30 damage. And then I think one of the other, there's either a passive or something that gives, what is it? Increases his ninjutsu. Yeah, every time he causes damage, either suffers damage or causes damage. I think it's every time he causes damage, increases his ninjutsu, which is really cool. Can be fun to mess around with. Time limited recruitment is here. I haven't actually checked the store. We will be here the whole week. Lucky something, can't remember what it is. Lucky Snatch. They can't even spell. They can't even write it on events. Lucky Gift Pack. Nothing fantastic there. Lucky Board is here. I've heard that it's not giving dice. Apparently it's bugged. And I also believe this has been reported at least in the forums, so hopefully we'll get a fix for that. Joining a medal renewal event is here if you need to renew your medal, and just the same as the Lucky Board, it's here for the whole week. Naruto's Froggy is from the 18th to the 24th. No, actually I'm correct, it was the Froggy that I told Legend, it was from the 18th, so it is correct. It was that, which one did I say that from the 17th? Platinum Recharge, yeah, it wasn't Platinum Recharge, so that's fine. I don't have to correct him on that, I gave him the right information. Cool. So yeah, Naruto Froggy as well as a Platinum Recharge, they do cross over with the next round of events. Just they're still one day off of each other. It's really weird events. Why 3 different days under the same event cycle? I don't get it. Battle Armor Panic Buy is here, which I don't recommend anybody to spend on. Battle Armor Rebate is here if you need to level up, or if you can level up any of the stages, then this will be a good time to do it and pick up those rewards. Shouldn't actually level up Battle Armor at any other time other than during the rebate. Time limited charm rebate is here. The more charms you use, the better the rewards. I normally do 500, some people wait for 1,000. I mean, do whatever you can. It depends how long it takes you to gather materials. If you can do 1,000 within 2 months, then I suppose wait for 1,000. If it takes you more than 2 modes, then I'll just do the 500 every time, I'd say. My opinion. And the Setsubun? Setsubun Lucky Beans, I'm sure I've mispronounced that. That will be here for the whole week, as well as the charm rebate from 14th to the 20th. And that is it for the events. We'll have a quick look at them. So this is the time recruited, time limited recruitment. What have we got here in the shop? Oh, Kushina frags. I'm sure my alt will be happy with it. I've got Edu Irzen. Nobody cares about that one. Kisame frags. Interesting. And the new items, so whatever free stuff I get, I will be getting these ones. Heck, depending on the spending rebates, I might even buy keys just to make sure I redeem these. But it's only 10 anyway, so it's not gonna take much. That's annoying though, only 10. Really? Okay, fine. Lucky Snatch, what have we got there? Edo Tensei, 80 frags and 15 of Killer Bee 8000 Cherokee version this time. 2 frags there off from Naruto in here. I don't think I'll be spinning on this at all. Well, I don't need anything from here other than refines and obviously coupons and that's an absolute waste. This is well, yeah, I should have had dice because I've already used since the minute, but yeah, no dice. What have we got on the boards? The sticked guy there again. They're desperate to sell, aren't they? And Onoki is there. I'm missing 30 frags, I believe. I'm not going to bother with that. Edwitashi is here if anybody needs frags. That seems cheaper, but maybe I just haven't been paying attention. I definitely haven't been paying attention, so just ignore me there. And Kabuto Sage mode. In terms of power, we've got Advent Charms. That's good if you still need them, and Miyoboku, which I guess that's what I'm gonna pick with my free dice. Cool. Here's the rebate. Level 6 at 600, and the level 7 Megatome. So yeah, if you can get there, great. If not, Battle Armor Panic buy. Joining Metal Renewal is there. Welcoming Spring. So this is the Setsubun, and you can claim rewards here, and then I think 6 minutes later you can click here, or you can click Become Spirit first, and then I think it gives me you gave me a 26-minute arrow or something to then claim this. And this was on actually my alt account. I wonder if I can do it now. If I get that right. Let's see, it should let me do it now, just so you guys see. So I did that first. Yeah, but I couldn't collect this one, so now I can. So whichever one you click first, you'll have a bit of a wait for the other one. The wait for one is I think 6 minutes, the other one is 26, unless it's 26 for both, and I just didn't see the two the first time. I don't know. So basically the way this works is once you are this lovely evil cat here, you will click on any player and you'll have this little hand next to the fair battle use kind of thing. So you've got the normal stuff, which actually I'm not showing there. This is a very old picture. Anyway, it's Oasis, what you expect, and it's in Russian. So I'm guessing Russian, I don't know. So yeah, you click on that and that will send that that player anywhere at random, and they won't be able to use back to Konoha, the back to Konoha feature up here that we always do to get back. They will have to manually get back using the map and get some goodies with it. I think someone's got 66 coupons or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how it works because I don't recall getting anything when somebody threw me anywhere. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Most probably wasn't paying attention. And this is the other event, the Konoha Special Cell, which is basically Shinobi 2.0, as somebody pointed out in my Discord earlier. So this is a cross server, and you have a chance of getting that. Obviously, don't give a crap about that. Even the things to buy here are the same as Shinobi. Oh, I didn't go further down, but yeah, there you go. I didn't see these, but that's literally the same as Shinobi. Absolutely the same. So I bought what I needed, obviously, and the rest I don't care because I'm not gonna get it anyway. And this is the recharge bit. This is the bit that's different in comparison to Shinobi, so you don't get to spin or whatever, but you do get certain prizes. So at 2,500 ingots a day recharge, you level up to the next one until you get there. So ultimate essence, if it is 2.5 a day, so that's 5k, 10, 12, 12.5 for an essence, which is a lot. Well, it's not really worth it. But if you need ingots for something else, and maybe later on they can actually stick this with some other recharge event. I like to do with Shinobi, so that will be kind of better. We'll give us something else. We do have the spending rebate, which obviously I did that because I bought the goodies from the Shinobi 2.0 shop, and here I do actually need these items, and I could use those frags still for breakthroughs for Motherboard Ninja, so it's not a waste. So I don't know how far I'm gonna go, but something there. This is the Jiraiya, which doesn't show the skills that I've got there. And let's quickly have a look at skills actually. So that's it for the events really. And what have we got? We got Zetsu. I didn't have much luck. I actually spent about 5k coupons or something like that on vials, because these vials are pretty hard. The not these ones, the actual locks. It's a lot easier to get the high level ones than it is to get these ones in the game that like show up nowhere to be redeemed. So this is the best that I could do, really. And I do have team redeem just for lols. So back to Kekuzu Zetsu. The third or fourth or whatever ninja you want to call, depending on your layout. I've tried a couple. Shurad would work there very well as well, but I went for Nagato because I think his overall kit is better. But for chase, for example, will be better Shurado, and then you'll have a better chance of actually triggering this multi-chase. You could also use the new Tsunade here just to keep the puppets alive. So you put Tsunade in 4th place, and that will be very cancerous as well. Yeah, well, it is what it is. And in terms of Jiraiya, I didn't actually get any frags. This is from well back in the day, several months that I tried. I don't want to use locks, that's why I left it like this, because I need locks for Madra. And yeah, there you go. So depending on if you have already, you can use, like I know somebody that's used for my Discord has used the frags from the fireworks to actually get the remaining skills that they need, but you kind of need that for more damage. The Y does something, so yeah, Max Jiraiya reduce damage against the enemy. Oh, so still increases ninjutsu damage against the enemy actually, and makes him immune to combo, gives him super armor, so that's cool. This is useful, it's good to have, but this one, that's what he buffs himself, increases this unit's ninjutsu 7% whenever this unit does damage. That's a cool thing to have. Obviously the best I could get was that, 3%. It's better than nothing. And this one I don't even know what it gives. Tax Nocturnal Float can be triggered twice, which is here can only be triggered once. So kind of cool, but I'm not exactly gonna get. I could get flags for maybe one book. So maybe I try to spin and get a +1 on one of these without using too many logs, and then I use the frags because I've got 20. What? Oh yeah, I had 25. I'm already up to 58 with the fireworks. There we go. I nearly confused me there. So yeah, that's it for Naruto Online. What have we got else to have a look at? Let's put that there. Let's not start with that one. We'll start with whatever else is going around the industry. It's Steam. Not an awful lot, as I think I mentioned this last week. Halo 2 Anniversary was coming to Steam. I haven't seen anything for free amazing, but probably missed it, so always have a look in the stores by yourself if you're gonna be buying anything. A few discounts here, 60% on God Eater Free, which is whatever really. Friday the 13th, 75%. Did you miss something there? I thought I saw something cool here. Red Dead Redemption 2 is 20% off, so it's still £43 though. Still a bit expensive in my opinion, but it is a good game. It's a pretty good game. Although, I don't know, it's entirely up to you, I guess. No idea what it is, but it's 50% off. And I think that, oh, this is the one I was after, okay. Tekken 7, 75% off. So if you're a fan of kicking butt, especially 1v1, or even go online, if you get a few mates around and have a few beers, I know it's lockdown, but some areas are open and you're allowed to have friends. Or if you live with a family that's got a few in a house, or in my case, with friends in the same building, then this is kind of cool. You can fight each other. Personally, I prefer Tekken's on console, not so much on Steam, but I don't know what kind of controller support it's got. So personally, I wouldn't go for a Steam version of it. I'd rather have it on consoles for the playing and having a few beers kind of thing. But if you're a fan of Tekken and you only play PC, then yeah, maybe you want to grab that for £8. Other than that, I don't see this one finishes today, the 14th, so probably not even worth mentioning anyway. The Versus Evil publisher. Pretty sure that was it here. Yeah, it was indeed. And we've got Resident Evil 3 Raccoon City demo here. If anybody wants to mess about with it. I don't even know. I don't know if this is a new Spyro or something. Still £34. It must be not old. I don't know. No idea. Doom. Nothing really great done here. What is that? Very positive out of 3,000 reviews. Huh. That's for free. Oh, it is a free-to-play game. Okay, that's why. And all these are free-to-play anyway, so not much to see here. We'll move on to games with gold. At the moment, we've got the ones that I mentioned last week. However, in 2 days from the 16th, that's when they refresh. So you'll get Xbox One-wise Inquisitor. That's Warhammer series, and on 360 you've got Overlord. I'm not sure if this is backwards compatible. It probably is. Yes, it is. So yeah, I don't know. I might grab that. I might not. I'll think about it. It is for free after all. Warhammer. I've only played one game of the Warhammer series, and I can't remember what it was. It was on a PlayStation 3, maybe 3-4 years ago. And it was my introduction to the series, and I actually loved it. It was so much fun online. The story mode was, there wasn't much to explore. There was like big enough areas, but there was a lot of empty spaces where I thought I could explore and find a box or something, and there wasn't that much to actually get. But online, I loved it. It was so much fun online, and I didn't realize how big a fan base the Warhammer series had. I was surprised, but that's because I had been living, I guess, under a rock when it comes to Warhammer. So there's that. With the Games Pass, I think there is... Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 is here, as I mentioned on the video last week that they were coming. Grand Theft Auto was gone. And yeah, I've decided not to buy this in the end. And I didn't know there was a Power Rangers game. I don't know. I guess I don't know what the hell I've been. Streets Rage 4, which is available on both. So if you're a member of the Games Pass. I know one of my mates only has Games Pass, doesn't have games with gold. I prefer games with gold because I prefer the free games rather than this kind of system. But it's entirely up to however you want to do it, really. And remaining with Xbox, we go down to some not so good news. So basically, Microsoft had been claiming that all the games or something along those lines were going to run at 60 FPS on a new console. That doesn't seem to be the case, as Ubisoft came out a few days ago and said that their game. They didn't say the game was going to run at 30 FPS, but they said minimum and will run at least at 30 FPS. When people would expecting, 60 FPS. So even though the statement doesn't really say the game will run at 60 FPS, but it does say minimum at least. So it kind of, yeah, it probably won't be 60. And obviously that goes against what Microsoft had said. To be more specific, executive Aaron Greenberg. So that is interesting, not good news for them. They really had a bit of a rough week. I think one of the things that, at least in my opinion, that Microsoft had done better than Sony with regards to the new platform is the advertising and the marketing. Sony has really not done much and fallen behind. However, maybe that's actually better because Xbox has been doing well on the marketing and all that, but now these things are coming back to bite them as they have not been all that honest and have literally misled a lot of players. So interesting. It's very interesting when I was reading. It was a different article that I read a few days ago. This one today, it's from tweettown.com. And just reading a little bit of it, Microsoft might be talking too much about the Xbox Series X and it's gotten them into hot water. Oh yes. A bit ago, some time ago, Xbox Aaron Greenberg said 60 FPS is the standard output for the next gen Xbox Series X, leading many to believe that was the minimum FPS performance on a system. Yeah. That's not the case. Developers won't be forced to push their games to 60 FPS on a system, and the Xbox Series X won't automatically upgrade every single game to at least 60 frames per second, which I wasn't expecting to do anyway. Confusion set in when Ubisoft confirmed Assassin's Creed Valhalla would run at a minimum 4K 30 FPS on the Xbox Series X. Apparently everyone expected 4K 60 FPS performance, which is an extremely tall order. Well, maybe not 4K, but 1080p 60 FPS. That's perhaps what I would expect. I don't know. I mean, they do say apparently, but that's dodgy apparently there. See which people will be expecting 4K on a console already, and 60 FPS. It's definitely a bit much. But then again, Microsoft has hyped up 4K 120 FPS gaming on the next gen Xbox. So yeah, when they're doing things like that, I'm not surprised that people will expect 4K 60 FPS. Ultimately, it is up to individual developers to determine how they leverage the power and speed of the Xbox Series X. Spokesperson for Xbox told The Verge. I think it was at The Verge, the first article that I read, because I get the push notifications on my phone from Google for some reason. And I'm not exactly a big fan of The Verge, but at least every now and then I get some news, and then I search elsewhere for more details on it, when I can be bothered, of course. So, yeah, developers always have the flexibility, da-di-da-di-da. Yeah, well, maybe you should make that kind of clearer to the fans. That's what I would say. The clarification also seems to confirm the Xbox Series X won't natively boost all third-party games past a certain threshold. Obviously, this kind of performance boost is extremely subjective and changes on a game-to-game basis. Some titles like Gears 4 will get upgraded to native 4K without any adjustments from developers. Other games might need manual enhancement patches to be created and issued by the devs. How much the games are boosted, how the games actually perform, and what kinds of power thresholds are set is totally up to developers. Which, no, it's absolutely fair enough. So yeah, that was one of the things that got people talking about Microsoft this week. That was following this little fiasco, which a lot of people were expecting gameplay, including from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And not much happened. Sorry, not this one. That's a Sony one, which we're getting to in a second. So Microsoft was kind of forced to come out and admit that things didn't go quite as they planned, perhaps. And again, we see Aaron Greenberg's name here. So viewers of the Xbox 2020 Games Showcase were disappointed. Yes, no surprise. they were expecting gameplay, which didn't happen. So this article from screenrant.com, and I'm losing my voice. Microsoft has spent considerable time hyping up its next-gen console's immense power since it was still codenamed Project Scarlet. So the movement of major E3 and other summer announcements to monthly Inside Xbox games showcases seemed like an exciting idea leading up to the first one. Yeah. Rebranding the video updates as Xbox 2020 streams, players were understandably underwhelmed when the first one scheduled showed off very little actual gameplay from major titles like Assassin's Creed Valhalla on May 7th. Despite the word gameplay having been frequently frowned around by the Xbox team leading up to the showcase. So yeah, we had this just last week, and then we had this one just a few days later. So yeah, they've been doing a lot of hyping, but things they're not living up to their own expectations, that's for sure. I think that pretty much covers it for Microsoft. I didn't come across anything else. Can't really say I was looking much, to be fair. With Sony, I didn't have a look at the store because the games are still the same as I said last week. For the PlayStation Plus, some discounts may have changed, or just double check the store really. Again, I wouldn't necessarily buy anything from the store because things are overpriced there. If you can get hard copies, it'll probably be cheaper. But if it's a good discount, then there you go, maybe worth it. Sony did have some news coming out this week though. They announced PlayStation Studios, so a new brand which is meant to launch alongside the PlayStation 5. I'm not sure why they're doing this. This article is from Evening Standard. I did read the original one was from a different one as well. And I don't see the point of them doing this, but okay, fair enough. Somebody else is doing it. Where are we? Netflix is doing it on here, and for me this just makes them look silly because Microsoft Studios has been around for a long time, and now it's calling it PlayStation Studios. I don't like it. It is like maybe being a copycat or something silly like that. I don't see the need. I mean, just the PlayStation symbol is there. That's it. It's your game. I don't know why you need now the PlayStation symbol with Studios underneath. So I don't know. That's my rant on that. So yeah, the PlayStation Studios brand is set to go live later this year to coincide with the release of the PlayStation 5 console, and it will only feature games developed and managed by Sony. Yeah, okay, you just keep things as they were. I don't get it. That I don't care about. That I don't care about. And there was the other interesting thing here that makes it look even more silly is they're launching this when really two of their biggest titles, The Last of Us Part 2, which is still making headlines, and the Ghost of Tsushima. So these two games will not be launched under that brand because that's not ready basically, and the games are already scheduled to be coming out. I'm not sure what Sony is doing there, but I found that a bit odd. And that's my VLC open. Sony's PlayStation 4 games will also carry the PlayStation Studios branding, but it won't be ready in time for the launch of The Last of Us Part 2 or Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, which is a bit weird. Alongside games developed by Sony's first-party studios, such as Naughty Dog, Insomniac, and Guerrilla Games, the PlayStation Studios brand will also apply to games made by work-for-hire developers under Sony's direction. And the article continues, Sony's PS4 exclusives have certainly been exceptional throughout the console's lifetime, having the likes of Uncharted, Horizon, Zero Dawn, of course, the upcoming Last of Us sequel, jumping leaps and bounds ahead of rivaling Xbox exclusive titles. What is the? There was another bit to this which missed. Basically, they're going same as Microsoft and Marvel, and there's a few companies there just rebranding. Oh, there we go. That's the one. It's a little bit in the middle of the article. We've got the nice little animation that draws some comparisons to not only Marvel but also the new Xbox Studios brand logo, with the goal pretty much being to ensure you know exactly who is responsible for what you're playing. PlayStation logo showing up when you boot the game, that is pretty clear. Where is the game coming from? I don't know, maybe just me. Maybe just me. And again, like I said, it just makes them look like copycats. Anyway, that is pretty much it on Sony. And just an honorable mention. That's a too difficult word for me to speak. I couldn't find anything concrete, but it appears that some players are not happy with Battlefield's last update, which is coming in June. I did mention this last week. So Star Wars and Battlefield 5 are pretty much coming to an end in terms of new content. And yes, I couldn't find an article on it. I did watch a video from Yongye on Yongye's YouTube channel that did mention as well that there's a lot of players not happy, sort of getting a bit of backlash. And to be honest, this game has had a very, very rocky road. So yeah, it appears whatever little has been released from the last patch, as well as chapter 6 being the last one that they've already launched. Players aren't happy. I don't suspect there's many players left, but however many there are, obviously EA doesn't care enough to at least send the game off with a nice goodbye or something like that. But it is EA. Are you surprised? I'm certainly not. So again, I think the video went a bit longer than usual. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully we'll do another one next week. And if you've seen anything interesting in the news or game discounts and freebies somewhere, feel free to write it down in the comments. Right, many thanks. Everyone stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one.